Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. So, as of a few days now, I've seen this little article on Charlie Intel about COD Mobile, and I didn't really think anything of it because I'm like, well, I don't play mobile games really, and if I'm going to play COD, I'm going to play it on console, right? Until I saw Nero Cinema's video this morning, I really didn't think anything of it, or much of it. So I saw Nero Cinema's video this morning. I think he posted it maybe yesterday and I ended up missing it. But anyway, long story short, this is basically COD Online, which is exactly what the community's been asking for years now, on mobile. And honestly, I wanted to take this a step further and say that I truly believe that this will come to console in time, at least potentially. And I think the potential is big. Now, first and foremost, the reason why I think that is because, well, first of all, this is free to play and it's on mobile, right? So zero risk or anything like that for Activision to release such a thing, right? But at the same time, they do get numbers. And as you know, for this month of March, Modern Warfare Remastered is completely free on PS4 and for the month of March. So with Activision, as you guys know, if you haven't noticed by now, is that, well, they are all about their numbers. They need to know numbers. This is why pre-orders will continue to exist as long as Activision is in charge. I don't think pre-orders are going anywhere. So they won't. So, and the thing is, these guys, it's all about numbers, and they need to know the potential that a game has before it even comes out. So that way they know how to kind of counter the fact that if everything goes south, that they will still be able to at least make the money to appease the shareholders through microtransactions and all that other kind of stuff, or whatever plans they may have for that game for that particular year. So when you look at it from a business standpoint, sure, it makes complete sense, right? Even though it pisses a lot of Call of Duty fans off, I totally get that. But from a pure business standpoint, I get it. But here's the thing. I think they're doing the exact same thing here because they are wondering, well, they know that free-to-play is a thing now because their competition, Apex Legends and Fortnite or whatnot, and these guys are making a lot of money, and they have a big, high player count, right? So the thing is, before they even decide to partake in such a thing like that, whether they make it free-to-play or not, they want to know exactly how much money they'd be making. And sometimes they might even change the price a little bit in order to kind of get into that in between. Because you guys know how Activision is. Not only do they have a legal responsibility to appease the shareholders, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. If they see the opportunity to make more money, they will do it. Okay, so the thing is this. Here's a question that I have for you guys. Actually, I wanted to say that before I ask you guys a question, I also want to say that basically what I'm trying to say is this is basically the equivalent of a pre-order. And if you look at COD 4 Remastered that went free to play, I mean, this is data for them as well. They're going to look at exactly how many people download it since it's free and all that kind of stuff for that month, and wham bam. So they're basically doing like a month's worth of research. They're doing an experiment for a month, and the same thing is going to go with COD Mobile here. It's basically like a research project, so that way if they decide to go through with it and make it free to play for console, exactly what their returns would be and what their potential would be. And if their numbers are low, they can still kind of release it and they can just put a price tag on it. Now, here's where my question comes in. Now, we've been asking for this for a long time, right? The Call of Duty fan base. And I am very blessed to have just under 1,200 of you that are subscribed to this channel. Granted, not all 1,200 of you watch my videos at the same time, which is definitely understandable. But the thing is this. If we had this come to console, okay? Even if there was a price tag, would you pay for it? So let's say whether they made it half price or whether they made it full price, and you'd basically have to either renew every year or just make a one-time payment, and that would be that. Would you guys pay for it? And obviously if it was free to play, then you wouldn't have that to worry about. But the thing is, there's going to be a catch when it comes to free to play. Obviously there's going to be microtransactions up the wazoo, and how are they going to be done? In a sense that'll actually not only make the community want to get them, but to also appease them enough, and hopefully not take too much of advantage of the community. But you guys know how it is. This is COD. This is Activision. So, granted, I wish it was a lot like, let's say, the World War II microtransaction system, or the Modern Warfare Remastered system, or the Infinite Warfare system. Those were the better systems. I mean, the systems here in Black Ops 4, unfortunately, is total shit. So But yeah, the way I look at it is that this is an experiment. This is a precursor of things to come, at least the way I see it. So because they know what we want, because it's their job to know what we want. It's traditional business. It's their job to know what the community wants. Whether or not they give the community what the community wants, it's basically on them. It's simple as that. If your consumers are basically voicing their wants and needs and desires, and if you can't fulfill that, yeah, I said desires. I don't know why I even went there, but you guys know what I'm getting at here. They know what we want, but it's just not happening, at least not yet. And the thing is, when you look at it, just like Nero Cinema said, they don't want to sacrifice the new Call of Duty release. They don't want anything taken away from that, which I think is the reason why they would put a price tag on something free to play if they were to release such a thing. And some of you guys may be thinking, oh, if they could make Call of Duty can make a shit ton of money that could rival Fortnite and Apex easily if they just made the whole thing free to play and not even focus on new releases. So why would they even continue to do new releases? Two answers to that. Number one, I mentioned that they want to have their cake and eat it too. And two, you've got the esports side of things. And and one more reason while I'm at it. There's also the other game modes. And obviously, with COD Mobile, there's no campaign, there's no zombies or anything like that, so there's that fan base as well. You see what I mean? So these guys want to get as many bases covered as possible, which is understandable. I mean, if you look at it from a standpoint as appeasing as many people as possible, obviously you don't want to leave anything left out, because quite frankly, there are people that don't play multiplayer at least that much. I know of a few people in real life that will not touch multiplayer because they're like, I got on there, I got my ass absolutely handed to me. I spawned, I died. I was like, screw this, I'm out. I'm going to focus on zombies, or I'm going to focus on campaign, or I'm just going to play a different game after I'm done with my zombies or my campaign. This is very real. And this is why I'm happy with Modern Warfare 4 coming out and soon to be announced, hopefully, probably next month, if not sooner. I'm happy that campaign is making a return. And I'm actually, to a certain extent, I'm actually happy that zombies is going to be taking a break, because it's very easy to overdo zombies, and if you overdo it, people are going to get bored of it, and the next thing you know, zombies is just going to be like, So you got to preserve it, you got to make it last, and at the same time, it gives a lot of potential to Spec Ops or whatever else they're going to do for their other game modes. So for those people that like the other game modes, that's something else, or something like zombies, but if they got something completely different that also appeases them as well, that's within the realm, and they can just call it something else, and it could be something completely different, or different but yet the same, then that would be great. I think a fresh breath of air would be good, but at the same time, I can't fully speak for the zombies community, because ultimately they are the ones that make that kind of decision, and I would be a hypocrite to speak for them, because quite frankly, I don't play zombies, unfortunately. I know of it, I've tried it a few times, but it's just not my thing. Just like I was telling you guys about the people that I know in real life, that multiplayer is just not their thing. So it's important to respect all of the fan base that makes us what we are today, because it is a little bit of zombies, it is multiplayer, it is campaign, everything counts. So anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to discuss here. It's like, for those of you guys that think that there's 0% chance that it's going to come to console and it's just going to remain on mobile, these are my thoughts, and these are my thoughts as to why I think eventually it could at least potentially come to console, and as well as discussing the whole probability of why it's not happening on console and why it's at mobile. I think it's just a precursor of things to come, and these guys want their data, and they want to see how many people are going to download that thing on mobile. They need to know that. Basically, that's what they do. They make something temporarily free to see what the response is, and if they see that the response is good, then they'll move forward. If the response is not good, they're either going to move forward but put a price tag on it or something of that nature, or they just won't move forward at all. So it is what it is. It's traditional business, guys. This is the way the cookie crumbles in this scenario, unfortunately. But don't lose faith just yet. I haven't. I personally am actually very hopeful for the future. I'm trying to be very positive about this. But it could go either way, realistically speaking. But I think there's a really good chance, with everything I've discussed in this video, that in the future we could get it. So don't lose faith just yet. Don't lose faith just yet, guys. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay and the commentary. And as always, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, what your opinions are. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.